It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Tropical Storm Debbie is expected to continue causing catastrophes and other life-threatening weather. There is a potential for excessive rainfall and severe thunderstorms across portions of the upper Midwest and lower Great Lakes, as well as the Northeast. And there are excessive heat warnings over parts of central and southeastern California into the Midwest. Heat advisories are over parts of the lower Mississippi Valley. Closer to home, mostly dry and warm conditions will occur the rest of this week with isolated lowland and scattered mountain showers, mainly for areas west of the Continental Divide towards the Arizona state line. Afternoon temperatures are going to continue to run several degrees above normal. This pattern is expected to last through the weekend. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. A peer support self-help therapy group is happening today. It's the Kimmy Jordan Mental Health Rehabilitation Service happening at 5:30 p.m., facilitated by Joanne Fisk at the 1215 New York Avenue. White Sands National Park reports their monthly visitation report for July. Just over 53,000 people visited last month, a 12% decrease from last year. The staff swore in 710 new junior rangers, and 285 visitors attended the July full moon night event. The Alamogordo Recreation Center Gymnasium will be closed all this week for maintenance, so there will be no open gym sessions during this time. The gym will reopen on Monday. It's just about time to start school, but first there's a couple of open houses this week.
All APS middle schools, Tuesday, August 6th at 5 p.m. Alamogordo High School, Tuesday, August 6th at 6 p.m. Come out to meet your new teachers, visit with new and old classmates, explore your school and classrooms, and have a great time as you prepare for the new school year. The first day of school for kindergartners, 6th graders, and 9th graders will be Wednesday, August 7th. All other students will return to school on Thursday, August 8th.
That's Michelle with the Alamogordo Public Schools speaking with Crazy Radio. The New Mexico Office of the Superintendent of Insurance is inviting the community to join them for a public meeting on the topic of healthcare consolidation. That's happening tomorrow from 5 until 7 at the NMSU Alamogordo Taste Center, 2400 North Scenic. You can see the Otero County Administration Facebook page for details. Kitty City is going to be teaming up with Alamogordo Animal Control this Saturday at the mall.
Kitty City's next kitten and cat adoption event at the White Sands Mall will be Saturdays, August 10, 17, and 24. We have a plethora of kittens that are cute, cuddly, and curious. They need forever homes now with lots of human love and lavish affection. These sweet kitties will repay you with fun antics, affection, cuddles, and years of love and friendship.
That's Kathy Denton with Kitty City speaking with Crazy Radio. Check out kittycitynm.org to see who is available for adoption and other information. Great news from Animal Village NM. You can once again get your dog or cat spayed or neutered for just $65. Sonny Aris told us all about it.
In Otero County, that is Paw in Hand on Cuba near Albertsons. In Lincoln County, that is Ruidoso Animal Clinic. The vet will schedule your surgery for you after you have the paperwork from Animal Village NM, and then you'll get your pet spayed or neutered for just $65 instead of hundreds of dollars.
AnimalVillageNM.org for details. Chris Rupp tells Crazy Radio that Tularosa is planning on the first Christmas Bazaar and Light Parade this year.
We have planned just a fun-filled day for the family. We are going to be starting our day out with a Christmas Bazaar starting at 9 a.m. It will last until 5 p.m. It's going to be located there on Granado Street in the business district. That event is free for everyone to attend. We do have vendor applications still available if any vendors are interested in participating. At 6 p.m., we will have our very first Christmas light parade here in Tularosa. Any and all community members come and participate in this Christmas light parade. We want to also extend out our invitation to the surrounding communities, again, because we're trying to bring everybody together. Following our Christmas light parade, we are going to end up with a traditional old-style street dance.
That's happening December 7th all day. Vendors, entries, or donators can call 575-430-1002. On Sundays, you might see people dressed in medieval outfits at the park. I wanted to know more, so I contacted Nicholas Hunter of the Shire of White Mountain That's the local group of the Society for Creative Anachronism.
It is a group of historical enthusiasts that make it a point to recreate characters and way of life from 600 to 1600 AD. So basically medieval and Renaissance times. It basically is comprised of a lot of different hobbies and crafts, anywhere from cooking and camping to fencing and fighting, clothes making, brew making, and it's really just a lot of fun.
If you want to take part or maybe learn some more,
we do have a local a Facebook page for our local group. It's called Shire of White Mountain. That's a Facebook group. But if anybody is just looking for more information on the organization at all, SCA.org is probably the best website.
You can hear this interview in its entirety on the Crazy Radio YouTube channel. News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
A man was found in critical condition by the Sunland Park Fire Department Sunday evening in the desert with heat exposure injuries. Border Patrol agents performed CPR and gave him an ice bath. He was then taken to the hospital, but later succumbed to the exposure. You no doubt remember Alexi Treviso, the young woman who killed her newborn baby by throwing him into the trash at the Artesia Hospital back in January. Well, Artesia General Hospital is being sued for the wrongful death of the infant.
You never allow a woman that you know to be pregnant to go to the bathroom unassisted. Because if they're pregnant, they may be either having a miscarriage or they may be giving birth. That's just common.
Attorney Gary Mitchell speaking with KOAT.
According to our experts, didn't have a chance of survival and didn't survive, and that the morphine and the negligence of the hospital was the direct and true cause of death in this particular case.
What are they supposed to do? Poke holes in the trash bags? How does Mitchell justify the baby being thrown into a trash can?
How are you supposed to think when you're on all of this medication? You know, normally when we put people on this kind of medication, we don't allow them to do anything unassisted. You know, that's the reason we have rails on beds, for example. That's the reason we have nurses watching.
Mitchell also addressed videos and pictures that have surfaced on social media, questioning how she was unaware of her pregnancy. This piece of trash is as evil as she is. He says he's filed to dismiss Treviso's criminal trial set for October, and he's also filed to suppress evidence that would have been used in the criminal case because doctors violated the doctor-patient privilege. He said the information that was leaked to social media now plays a role in having a fair trial. I guess infanticide has no meaning to this piece of garbage. Two Lee County deputies, a sergeant and a jail police officer, are facing no jail time after being charged with sharing an explicit video of another deputy last summer. After those charges were dismissed, Sonia Estrada took a plea agreement that includes being placed on unsupervised probation for 90 days. She has to donate $50 to Crime Stoppers or some other domestic violence shelter as well.
These three ladies really felt that they were righteous. They were doing a good thing because she was such a horrible person. She was such a liar. And they felt like they were doing a good thing by trying to get her fired. And that really bothered me.
That's Quentin Ray, the 9th Judicial District Attorney, speaking with KOAT.
In my opinion, that is sufficient. That is enough evidence to say, yes, these ladies committed the crime. But there is the argument, hey, well, where's the smoking gun? Where is this track phone? You never found this.
Now, even though the criminal case has been settled, Karina, that's the victim, and her lawyer still have a civil lawsuit against the four women and others at the Sheriff's Department. The parent company of New Mexico Gas Company announced they have agreed to sell for $1.25 billion to the Bernhard Capital Partners, a services and private equity management firm. The deal also includes assumption of around $500 million in debt. Jeff Jenkins, the founder of the corporation, says the agreement will bring more jobs to New Mexico. The leadership team and all employees will remain in place following the closing of the deal, and they anticipate creating approximately 70 new local jobs. The agreement is subject to approval by the New Mexico Public Regulation Commission and is not expected to close before September 30th of next year. If you're a parent of a school-age kid, you know how tough it is to get their sleep back on track and keeping them healthy. Dr. C appeared on KOB, and she recommends 9 to 12 hours of sleep for people who are 5 to 12 years old, 8 to 10 hours for people who are 13 to 18.
For kids, the most important thing is a regular sleep routine. So every night doing the same thing, brushing teeth, reading, having screens off ideally for an hour before bed, and having a calm, quiet environment. Melatonin is okay for short-term use, but it's not something you want to do all the time. And again, you want to, of course, try the lowest dose possible.
Now, when they wake up and go to school, there's a whole other battle. Staying healthy. Kids and teens often get sick and bring home all sorts of crud back home with them. That's why it's important to make sure their shots are up to date.
Vaccines are the most powerful tool that we have to keep our children and our families healthy. They've been around for a long time, and we know that they work.
If there's any questions, please see your family physician. A veteran from Alabama is lacing up his shoes and walking across America to spread a very important message. He's raising awareness for veterans who struggle with mental health. For 28 years, Robert Luna served in the Coast Guard, and he knows firsthand the struggles of veterans readjusting to civilian life.
I went through my own suicidal episode about 2 years ago. I was strong enough to get through it, but I know others are not.
Luna speaking with KOB.
Walking saved my life, and the reason I'm walking across America is to show that if you have other avenues to exert your energy and thoughts, that is way better than any medication.
He's doing this to talk about mental health and explaining that there are resources for veterans available when they come home.
As we're walking across America to raise awareness for military veterans that are struggling with mental health illnesses throughout the United States that don't have readily available care for them.
Luna began his journey in Alabama back in May. He made his way across Arkansas, Oklahoma, and now New Mexico. He says New Mexico's elevation has been challenging, but even when the going gets tough, he reminds himself of other veterans who may be suffering like he was years ago. You know, this traveling on foot from Alabama to the coast sounds so familiar.
That day, for no particular reason, I decided to go for a little run. For no particular reason, I just kept on going. I ran clear to the ocean.
Luna plans to make it to a Coast Guard base in Los Angeles. So far, he's walked over 1,200 miles and has around 950 to go. I guess Jenny may meet him with magic shoes in California. Sports and weather are next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
As a reminder for any parent or guardian of a student who plans to participate in Tularosa sports in the 2024-25 school year, you do have a meeting to attend. For Tularosa Mid, the meeting is tonight at 6 at the cafeteria. For Tularosa High, the meeting's tomorrow at 6 at the gym. Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 95, low tonight of 70, high tomorrow, 98 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 74, low tonight of 52, high tomorrow, 77 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.